You're showing up every day, feel invisible. Managing people, look, you're checking all the boxes and you're still wondering, why does no one seem to care? Your calendar's packed. You're always on. But listen, the connection, it's gone. Listen to me, y'all. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Listen, we've built systems that reward performance over presence. And now leaders like you are expected to carry it all without the tools to actually connect with people. Listen, in this episode today, I'm going to break down why this is happening and what you can do to lead differently. Because if you don't address disconnection, you won't just lose productivity, you're going to lose your people and maybe even yourself.
It's Phillip Edge.
What is going on, good people, and welcome to The Middle Matters. My name is Phillip Edge. I'm a coach, keynote speaker, and the creator of this little thing called connection-centered leadership. Listen, this is your QuickCast, which is a focused moment of real talk for leaders holding it down in the middle of it all. Because around here, in this space, on this podcast, we believe the middle isn't just a position, it's the power zone. So if y'all are ready, let's go ahead and jump into it today. All right. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been surrounded by people, maybe at work, maybe even at home, even online, right? And still feel completely empty? I mean, you got 5,000 followers. You on TikTok, Facebook. You on all of them. You know everybody, but you're still empty. You're still alone. Listen, maybe I'm the only one, but if that's resonating with you right now, go ahead in the comments box. Go ahead, give me a number 1 inside the comments box. Just let me know that I'm talking to the right people. Okay. I need you to know today. First of all, you're not broken. You're not broken. You're not being dramatic, right? You're not being dramatic. In fact, you're just trying to lead in a culture that's normalized disconnection. That's what's happening, right? So, over the past few months, I know that I've gone to countless numbers of places. I've had countless numbers of conversations with leaders all across the country in all kinds of spaces, education, nonprofits, corporate teams. And no matter where they came from, I kept hearing the same thing, y'all. They kept on saying things like this: we're getting the job done, but something's missing. So today, I want to share 3 real stories, 3 moments that expose just how deep this disconnection runs. Okay, is that okay with y'all? That's where we're going. Now, listen, if this is your first time listening in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, you may not know me, but I told you I'm Phillip Edge, right? And I help leaders just like you lead with connection before you lose your best people. I spent the past 25 years or so coaching, mentoring leaders from classrooms to boardrooms, helping people to build environments where people can feel seen, where they can feel valued, and where they are fully engaged. But I'm not just speaking strategy, right? I'm not just speaking about that. Y'all, listen to me now. I have absolutely lived this too. I know what I'm talking about, right? Look, for years, I was traveling. So I was on the road pretty much nonstop, y'all. I traveled. I was on a plane a lot. I was speaking. I was coaching. I was leading. And when I wasn't on the road, when I wasn't in front of a room or on stage, I was planning the next day, the next moment, right? My mind was always on work. It kept my bookings full, which was a good thing, right? But it also kept me engaged with performance and disconnected from this thing that we call presence. So I was busy, but was I really effective, right? Look, I remember one night, came home, so I'm home, and I don't know about you all, but we have like we had a standing day with the family. And I remember coming home, and I'm supposed to be, having movie night, right? I'm having movie night, but I was doing what I always do. Had the laptop open, right? With the laptop open, I was following up. I was doing prep. I was working logistics, right? We were supposed to be watching a movie, y'all, right? As a family. But honestly, I wasn't watching nothing. I wasn't watching the movie because I was so focused in on the work. And my wife, Carrie, some of y'all know her. She looked at me and she said, "Hey, babe, can you just put the computer down just for a second until we get done with the movie?" And she said this, y'all. She said, "I mean, you're here, but you're not here." Y'all, that comment right there literally punched me in the chest because she wasn't wrong. I mean, honestly, she was all the way right, right? But that moment right there, that became a mirror for me, right? It was literally a habit that I had to unlearn. But in trying to unlearn that habit, I started asking myself this. I said, how many of us, right, people like us, are doing that very same thing every single day? You're supposed to be engaged, but you're disconnected, right? You're supposed to be present, but you're disconnected. You're scrolling, but you're really numb, right? You're working, but you're not living. Maybe I'm the only one, right? Maybe I'm the only one that's felt that tension. But listen, if you're with me, if you felt that tension before, go ahead and give me a number 3 inside the comments box. Just let me know that again, I'm talking to the right people. See, for me, that's where I start. But now let's talk also about what I've been hearing from some other leaders. I remember I was coaching a manager, right? And here's the thing, on paper, the team was crushing it. Team was killing it on paper, right? Team was being productive, goals were being met. But when you pull the layers of the onion back underneath the surface, things were absolutely unraveling, y'all. People were disengaged, right? I remember that they had a team member that had stopped speaking up, right? And this was a high level employee who now is not even saying a word, right? People started calling out, and by the way, y'all do know when people start calling out, sign, right? That's a sign. Turnover was creeping in. And I'll never forget, she said this. She said, "Hey, PE, listen, I don't understand. I'm doing everything right." So I said, "Okay, you're doing everything right. So let me ask you a question. When was the last time that you really saw your team? No, 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 like really saw your team." And so she paused, right? And I think that's when it clicked for her. She was present physically, but she was not present emotionally. She was managing tasks, but there was no trust there, right? It was output, but not the people. And that's the problem, right? You ever felt like you were there, right? With like you that manager, right? But you're not really with anyone, right? Like you're there, but you're just disengaged. Here's the truth. There have been many situations where we've traded presence for performance. And performance without connection doesn't last, right? Let me give you another one. Let me give you another one. Visited this workplace, right? Now, here's the thing, workplace was efficient. It was efficient. But when you walked in, y'all, it was as cold as the Arctic up in that thing, right? You could feel it. The tension was so high. People weren't talking, they weren't smiling, and it wasn't because they weren't focused, because again, they were getting the job done, but they were checked out totally, and you could literally feel it when you walked up in that place, right? So I started talking to a couple people, and I asked someone, I said, "Hey," I said, "how do you feel about your job?" And this was the response. Listen, listen. This is how, it's fine. I do what I'm supposed to do. I mean, it's not personal. That's what they said, y'all, right? But listen, that's a problem, right? That's a problem. When work becomes purely about the output, listen, people stop caring. And when people feel like a number, they're only gonna give you the bare bones minimum, right? That's all you're gonna get from them. Now, if you've ever worked in a place like that, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So what's the insight? What's the insight? Here it is. Here it is. I'm glad you asked, right? We've made work transactional instead of transformational. And you can't build loyalty from a contract, but you can build it through connection. That's real. That's real. Let me give you one more. Let me give you one more. I was on a Zoom call with this person. They were a senior leader, right? So they were senior leader, sharp, focused, mission driven. I mean, they had all the accolades. They did all the thing. So he says, Philip, I want to connect with my team. I just don't have the time. Ooh, maybe you've heard that one before, right? I don't have the time to make the connection with my team. So then I looked at him and I said this. I said, well, do you have time to replace him? I wasn't being sarcastic. I wasn't being mean, but that they looked at me and there was this level of silence, like literally, because that's what we're doing, right? We're burning through our people in the name of efficiency. We're skipping all the check-ins. We're forgetting the affirmations. We're canceling the connections, right? Maybe you felt what I'm talking about. See, if you felt that tug of war between productivity and people, yeah, give me a high five right now, right? Matter of fact, put a number 5 inside the chat box, right? Let me know that we're on the same page. Here's what that showed me though, y'all. Listen, you can't microwave connection. When you try to microwave connection, what you wind up doing, you trying to rush things, right? And when you rush things now, it's going to cost you later. So let me name for you what we've seen, right? Let me name, right? Here it is. Number 1, we've traded presence for performance, right? We've made work transactional, not transformational. And then the third thing is this, we've prioritized speed over substance. Those are the 3 things that we've done. Like that's really what's happening. So what do we do about it? What do we do about that? Well, let me tell you what doesn't work. All right. What doesn't work is having more meetings. People are tired of having meetings, right? They're tired of meeting after meeting after meeting. People are tired of that, y'all, right? You know what else doesn't work? Policy changes, right? It's not about changing the policy. Also, having another party. Yeah, let's do engagement. We're gonna have a team party. That don't work, y'all. That don't work, right? We don't need more noise. We need a new approach to leadership. That's what we need. That's also why I created this thing I call connection centered leadership, right? Specifically, I have something called the connection code, which all it really is, it's a practical people centered leadership framework that helps teams thrive from the inside out. That's all it is, right? It's built to maybe help you catch disconnection before it costs you. It's built to help leaders to lead with empathy and clarity, but it's also there to help you build loyalty through culture, not through coercion, right? I shouldn't have to like trick you to get you to be loyal, right? But listen, I'm not giving it all away right here, so this is not the sales pitch or anything like that. But this is what I want you to do though, right? Because there is something that you can do. If you're struggling with connection, I want you right now inside the comments box, just drop the word connection. Put it in the comments box right now. Connection, 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 right? If you're ready to lead differently in the comments box, just write the word connection, 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 right? And then do me a favor, just share this with another leader who might be in the middle, right? They might be managing the pressure and trying not to lose themselves at the same time, right? And if you really want strategy, this is what I want you to do. Matter of fact, I'm going to put this inside of the comments box. Boom. There you go. It's inside the comments box. If you really want to do something, you want a real strategy, right? Not just any sound bites or anything like that. In the comments box, I've put a calendar link for a free strategy session with me. We're just going to talk, right? We're going to walk through what's working, where you're stuck, how you can also build culture with your people and get to the point to where your people actually want to stay. I don't know about you all, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And that's where I need you to be, y'all. This thing is about connection. And the problem that we're having is people are disengaged. And the reason that they're disengaged is because they are disconnected. So let me help you out. All right? Can we do that? Is that fair? Like me and you? Well, listen to me now. You don't have to lead from the top to make a difference, right? You can make a real impact. And I know you can. It can happen right where you are. So I just need you to keep on showing up. I need you to keep on leading from the middle. And I want you to never forget, listen, you matter more than you think. That's it today, man. That's it. You know, I try to keep these quick casts less than 20 minutes so that you can get the goods and so that you can get up out of here. So listen, with that being said, y'all, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. She got Phillip Edge. Remember, I look, Tuesdays, I'll be back. And we'll talk about this some more. Then Thursday we'll be back and we'll talk about this some more. Y'all go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this out with somebody, man. We'll talk soon.